Minasan, I was planning to tell you about something else. But yesterday, I was talking to a girl in the comments. I'm much older than her, so that's what I'm saying. Our conversation gave me the idea to record a video in which I'll give some encouraging advice based on my experience, so my husband helped me get used to Japan and I made friends thanks to Hiro. It took time for us to get closer. I also screwed up and I also had moments when it was difficult and I cried in the corner. Not only with friends, even with Hiro. Nothing happened at the click of a button, and I have the light version. After all, even in moments of quarrel with Hiro, I knew that he would support me in any case. You came, we will generally speak at level 0, but you have no rear, and it is much more difficult for you. It is quite clear that without knowledge of the language, you will get a job, to put it mildly, not of a high level. It is especially difficult for those who have excellent grades after school or other educational institutions in their homeland, but they will not give you anything in Japan without knowing the language. Therefore, you will have to communicate with poorly educated and poorly brought up Japanese, which exist in Japan. Such a social stratum of the population exists in any country. These people may not be particularly friendly to you, and they can bring you to the point that your hands drop. Unfortunately, most foreigners who come from scratch and without knowing the language go through this because they are a good target for Japanese losers to take out their negativity on them. All the stories about bad attitudes and watermelon in relation to foreigners have a real basis and come from these situations and from such Japanese. What I want to say, accept this part of life and these people as a temporary phenomenon. Not all Japanese are like that. The more self-sufficient and settled a person is in life, and this does not necessarily mean a lot of money. There are also disgusting rich people, the more empathy and desire to help others. It is unlikely that you will be able to make friends with good people on the street, but you will meet them in a decent job, which you will find with a fairly good level of the language. Don't listen to anyone like that, who will tell you about the ease of learning Japanese and poke your nose in the mistakes. These people themselves have never learned any foreign language. Otherwise, they would not say such things. Normal Japanese know that their language is difficult and they respect those who learn it. Therefore, on the contrary, they will be happy to help. Look on various sites in your city in Japan for various clubs where people with common interests gather. For example, there are clubs where Japanese teach foreigners the Japanese language and life in Japan. The main thing is not to give up and do not give up, and do not set yourself against the country based on individual of its representatives. Do not let yourself be broken and your self-esteem lowered, and do everything to break out of this environment. Good luck.